Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Ó, ehhez nincsen gyógyszerem.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Ó, így is neki tudtam adni. Mert ugye volt gyógyszer. Csak hipnotizálni nem tudom, mert ő 2-es szintű, én meg 1-es szinten vagyok. Ha jól emlékszem. Nem, 2-es szinten vagyok én is. Hát jó, mindegy. Tisztelt, megyünk tovább.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else?
Neked is adunk gyógyszert.
Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Jó, ki van még aki itt? Fejfájásra nincsen bogyónk.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Kit tudunk itt még gyógyítani? Fejfájás gyógyszer kell. 2. Egy valakit migrén. 2 fejfájás, és 1 kimerültség.
Good evening,
Jó,
Dr. Reed.
téged meg meg tudok
Such a
gyógyítani.
pleasure to see you again.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Jó, 3 fejfájás és 1 migrén, amit megkezelnem kell. Úgyhogy ezeket a gyógyszereket be kell szereznem szürkösszen. Picit átmentem pöszébe. Menjünk kocsvasztani. És XP-m is van. No. Semmim nincs. Fáradtság, vérszegénység, vérmérgezés, tüdőgyuszi, légcsőhurut, megfázás. Mi kéne a fejlesztéshez? Jó markolatrész 3 darab. Aludjunk egyet. És mit fejleszünk? Ki tudjuk fejleszteni az árnyködöt, vagy növelni tudjuk az életerőt. A kitartást az viszont nagyon jó lenne. Plusz 30%. Növeljük a kitartást. 300 pont. Az nem is sok. Akkor még az erőnket is növeljük. Vagy... igen. Növeljük még az erőlétünket. És maradt még 310 pont. Vérkapacitás plusz 10%, vagy... Ó! Szedjünk több vért. Ez így jó lesz. A fatel ketté tört. És hol az egerem? Jó. Akkor ennek fussunk neki még egyszer. Jaj, de jó, remélem még el is vesztettük az előrehaladásunkat. Nem ez a gomb. Ó, nem, meggyógyultak, úgyhogy jók vagyunk. Akkor... vissza kéne menni még az első részbe. Mert itt még semmit nem tudunk. És egy kicsit stabilizálni. Mellékküldik itt nincsenek. Itt vannak. Hol a fölküldi? Jó, beszéljünk a bérről. Kivel kell beszélnem? Edgar Svensson. Na, hol vagy, Edgar?
With you on our side, Dr. Reed, I know that Pembroke will prevail and survive this epidemic.
Fenn van az irodában? Igen. Igen, mert ő a nagyfőnök.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Hát per pillanat most fogalmam sincs, hogy tudok-e neki valamit mondani.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stole, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Hát inkább maradjunk annál, hogy túl veszélyes.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I
Akkor
have
mondd,
some
amit
rather
akarsz.
bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister.
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Hát jó, akkor menjünk a temetőbe.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Hát ezeket legyűrtük. Az anyádat! Hát jó, menjünk a temetésre.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Rá tudjuk venni vajon a nőt, hogy menjen haza? Megpróbáljuk. Totál a legrosszabb irányba haladtam, na mindegy. Hol van a nő? Ó, igen, arra fele kell mennem. Igen, itt erre fel. Ó, ez közben ide jött.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiaoshun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Oh, hello. Na, mesélj nekünk.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
Sadness can be a terrible trap. It can entangle you and weaken your heart if you let it control your thoughts.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiaoshun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
Itt nyugalmat.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Nekünk kicsit más az okunk.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I wanted you to know that you have done nothing wrong. Unlike me.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Jó, ezek meg voltak. Személyes kérdés ott van egyedül a...
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Jó. Egészséges. Akkor menjen
You should
haza.
go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Hát akkor viszlát. Jó, ez is megvan. Mehetünk a temetésre. A szemem sarkából úgy
Since I
láttam, hogy
can't
megcsillant
reveal
valami.
myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Szegény nagyon rottyon van.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Jaj, ezek a válaszok. Melyik mit akar vajon?
She was a good person. full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Hát akkor menjünk a templomba. Anyád? Hogy?
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by
Szép darab.
them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this.
Az igen.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear, only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
Magánügy vagy utolsó szavaim az elhunythoz. Tehát most a kettő magánügy között mi a különbség? Van különbség? Vagy... Azért inkább válaszok a harmadikat.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Nem neked akarom elmondani, te.
As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Jó, de jó. Ez mind a három rossz válasz.
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Itt a közelben mellék küldi. Ezek kész, itt nincs. Megint eltört a fotel. Akkor kezdjük ismét újra. Jaj, miért csinálja ezt? Na mindegy, folytatjuk. Remélem többet nem csinálja. Jó, kórházba kell visszamenni, ott tartottam, hogy... Vele még nem tudok mit kezdeni, mert 3-as szintű hipnózis kell. Akkor a legrövidebb út, hogyha itt jobbra megyek. Hát nem hiszem el. Merre megyek? Erre jó. És itt balra, úgyhogy akkor felmegyünk így. Jó, ezeket most békén hagyjuk.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! He's mine! I'll take him! Back to the shadows! We cannot be
Na végre. És... arra.
Over there!
Ez itt nagyon el volt.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
this is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Bajnok.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
Akkor tedd
What
meg.
is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity?
Dehogy test
Or was
nélküli.
he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Kutatni kéne. Fejleszteni. Még mindig 3 jó markolat kell. Kereskedjünk. Kicsit darabosan sétáltak.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Miért nincsen nálad jó cucc? Igazából ezeket el tudnám adni. Eladjuk. Ez így nem buli. Van egy másik kereskedőnk. Valahol itt hátul.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Ennél sincsen semmi jó. Ezeket a kereskedőket kéne megnézni. Oda még mindig nem tudok bemenni.
Ceases to amaze me how
Jó.
you